Look around you. The people you spend the most time with are shaping your life more than you realize. Whether you like it or not, your circle is influencing your thoughts, your habits, and ultimately your future. Think about it. If you're surrounded by people who settle for mediocrity, how long would it take before you start settling too? If they're okay with staying in the same place, living paycheck to paycheck, never dreaming bigger, what are the chances you'll break free from that mindset? The truth is, you can't rise above your environment unless you intentionally surround yourself with people who challenge you to grow. Your circle determines your ceiling. If you've got people in your life who are constantly complaining, making excuses, or talking about why they can't do something, that energy is contagious. It gets in your head, and before you know it, you're making the same excuses. But when you're around people who are hungry for success, who are always pushing the envelope, you start to adopt that mindset too. You begin to believe that success is possible for you because you see it happening for them. It's not just about the company you keep, it's about the culture you're building around you. Think about elite athletes. They don't just train with anyone, they train with the best. Why? Because they know their performance depends on who's in their corner. The same principle applies to your life. If you're serious about leveling up, you need a circle that reflects where you want to go, not where you've been. Your friends should inspire you, not hold you back. They should make you feel uncomfortable in your comfort zone because they see the greatness in you and won't let you settle for less. Let me tell you something, you can't be the smartest person in your circle. If you are, it's time to find a new one. Growth happens when you're surrounded by people who are ahead of you in some way, whether it's financially, spiritually, or emotionally. These are the people who can teach you, guide you, and pull you up to their level. But here's the catch. You've got to be humble enough to learn. You've got to be willing to admit that you don't know everything and that there's room for improvement. Now, I'm not saying you should cut off all your childhood friends or family members who aren't as driven as you. But you do need to be intentional about how much time and energy you're investing in those relationships. If someone isn't adding value to your life or helping you move closer to your goals, you need to ask yourself why you're prioritizing that connection. You don't owe anyone an explanation for choosing to protect your future. Your circle also sets the tone for how you handle challenges. When life gets tough, when you need people who won't let you quit. You need friends who will remind you why you started, who will pick you up when you fall, and who will push you to keep going when you feel like giving up. These are the people who see your potential even when you can't see it yourself. They don't let you settle for excuses because they know what you're capable of achieving. One of the hardest lessons you'll learn is that not everyone who starts with you will finish with you. Some people are in your life for a season, and that's okay. As you grow, your priorities will change, and so will your circle. It's not about cutting people off out of spite, it's about making decisions that align with your purpose. Remember, your destiny is too important to jeopardize for the sake of holding on to relationships that no longer serve you. So take a moment to evaluate your circle. Are the people around you helping you become the best version of yourself? Are they pushing you to dream bigger, work harder, and live better? If the answer is no, it's time to make some changes. Because at the end of the day, your circle isn't just a reflection of who you are, it's a blueprint for who you're becoming. Real friends don't just let you coast through life. They see your potential, and they refuse to let you settle for anything less than your best. A true friend is someone who loves you enough to hold you accountable, even when it's uncomfortable. They're the ones who look you in the eye and say, you're better than this, when you're not giving it your all. It's not about criticizing or tearing you down, it's about pushing you to grow. They don't want to see you stuck in mediocrity because they believe in your ability to achieve greatness. And think about it, how do you grow without challenge? If your friends are only there to agree with everything you say and do, they're not helping you evolve. Growth happens when you're stretched beyond your comfort zone And friends who challenge you are the ones who will stretch you. They'll ask you the tough questions. Are you working hard enough? Are you staying true to your values? Are you taking responsibility for your life? These are not easy conversations, but they're necessary if you want to become the person you're meant to be. The best friendships are built on trust and honesty. When you have friends who challenge you, they're not afraid to tell you the truth, even when it's hard to hear. They don't sugarcoat things or tell you what you want to hear just to keep the peace. Instead, they give you constructive feedback because they care about your growth. They understand that real love doesn't mean avoiding conflict. It means being willing to have the tough conversations that will help you improve. Friends who challenge you also inspire you to aim higher. When you see your friends grinding, achieving their goals, and living out their purpose, it lights a fire in you. It's not about competition, it's about inspiration. Their success shows you what's possible and motivates you to raise your standards. These are the friends who don't let you make excuses. When you start doubting yourself, they remind you of your capabilities and encourage you to keep going. They're your biggest cheerleaders, but they won't let you take shortcuts or settle for less than your best. Another way friends challenge you is by expanding your perspective. They introduce you to new ideas, challenge your assumptions, and encourage you to think critically. They're not afraid to disagree with you because they know that respectful debates can lead to growth. These friends push you to see the world from different angles and to question beliefs that no longer serve you. In doing so, they help you become more open-minded and well-rounded, which is essential for personal development. It's important to recognize that challenging friendships require mutual respect. When your friends push you to grow, it's not because they think they're better than you, it's because they want to see you succeed. And the same goes for you. You should be challenging your friends too. A strong friendship is a two-way street where both parties are committed to helping each other improve. It's not about tearing each other down, it's about building each other up. At times, being challenged by your friends can be uncomfortable. It might sting to hear that you're not living up to your potential or that you need to change your behavior. But that discomfort is a sign that you're growing. Growth doesn't happen in a place of ease. It happens in a place of resistance. Friends who challenge you aren't trying to hurt you. They're helping you become the best version of yourself. They see your blind spots and help you address them so you can move forward with clarity and purpose. Lastly, friends who challenge you teach you the value of accountability. They're not just there to have fun or pass the time, they're invested in your journey. When they challenge you, they're holding you to a higher standard because they know you're capable of achieving it. They remind you of your goals, encourage you to stay focused, and celebrate your progress. Their presence in your life makes you stronger, more disciplined, and more determined to succeed. And in the end, those are the friendships that truly stand the test of time. Energy is everything. The energy you surround yourself with will either fuel your dreams or drain your drive. Think about it, every single person in your life is contributing to your emotional, mental, and spiritual state. If your friends are constantly negative, always complaining, or stuck in a cycle of self-pity, that energy will rub off on you. You might not even notice it at first, but over time, their energy begins to weigh you down. It's like trying to run a race with a weight on your back. You're still moving, but you're not getting anywhere as fast as you could. The people in your life should be a source of strength, not stress. When you're around the right energy, you feel it. You leave conversations feeling inspired, motivated, and ready to tackle your goals. But when the energy is off, it drains you. You leave those interactions feeling tired, frustrated, or even doubting yourself. That's why it's so important to evaluate the energy that people bring into your life. Are they adding to your fire or putting it out? Are they lifting you up or pulling you down? Positive energy is contagious. When you're surrounded by people who are passionate, driven, and focused, it pushes you to adopt that same mindset. These are the friends who celebrate your wins like they're their own, who encourage you to keep going when things get tough, and who genuinely want to see you succeed. Their energy is magnetic, And just being around them makes you want to work harder and dream bigger. They're not competing with you, they're inspiring you. But let's be real, not everyone in your life is bringing positive energy. Some people thrive on negativity. They complain about everything, gossip about everyone, and always focus on what's wrong instead of what's right. These are the people who find problems for every solution and excuses for every opportunity. And if you're not careful, their negativity can start to seep into your own mindset. It's not enough to just distance yourself physically. You have to protect your mind and your spirit from that kind of energy. The energy in your circle also affects how you handle challenges. When life gets hard and you need people who can recharge your spirit, not drain it further. Imagine going through a tough season and turning to a friend only for them to respond with more negativity. That's not helpful, it's harmful. On the other hand, when you have friends who bring positive energy, they help you see the light at the end of the tunnel. They remind you of your strength, your purpose, and your ability to overcome whatever you're facing. Energy matters in how you approach your goals as well. If your circle is full of people who procrastinate, complain about the effort required, or lack ambition, that energy will influence you. You'll start to think it's okay to put things off or settle for less than your best. But when your circle is full of people who are disciplined, hardworking, and focused, you can't help but adopt those habits. Their energy sets the tone for your own work ethic and determination. It's not just about removing negative energy, it's about cultivating the right kind of energy. That means being intentional about who you allow into your space and what kind of energy you bring to the table. Are you uplifting others, or are you adding to the negativity? Are you inspiring your friends, or are you holding them back? Energy flows both ways, and you have to be just as mindful of the energy you give as you are of the energy you receive. At the end of the day, energy is a choice. You can't control every situation or every person, but you can control who you allow into your inner circle. Protect your energy like it's your most valuable asset, because it is. Your energy determines your focus, your productivity, and your ability to push through challenges. The people in your life should be pouring into you, not draining you dry. Choose wisely. In a world where everyone seems obsessed with likes, followers, and public approval, loyalty has become undervalued. People chase popularity like it's the key to happiness, but the truth is popularity fades. Loyalty, though, loyalty lasts. It's the friends who stand by you when nobody's watching, when it's not glamorous, and when there's nothing to gain. Those are the ones who truly matter. Popularity might make you feel good for a moment, but loyalty will carry you through the tough times. Loyalty isn't about how many people know your name, it's about who's there when it counts. You can have hundreds of friends on social media, but how many of them will pick up the phone if you needed help at 3 a.m.? How many of them will show up for you when things get messy, when life isn't picture perfect? Popularity is shallow, it's about appearances. Loyalty runs deep, it's about substance. And if you're chasing popularity, you might miss out on the people who truly have your back. The thing about loyalty is that it's proven in the small moments. It's not about grand gestures or public displays. It's about the quiet consistency of someone who shows up for you day in and day out. It's the friend who tells you the truth, even when it's hard to hear, because they care about you more than they care about your feelings in the moment. It's the one who defends you when you're not in the room and supports you when you're at your lowest. Loyalty isn't loud, but it's powerful. Chasing popularity can lead you down dangerous paths. It can make you compromise your values just to fit in or gain approval. It can push you to prioritize people who don't really care about you over those who do. And here's the thing, people who are drawn to you because of your popularity aren't there for you. They're there for what you represent, what you can do for them, or the status you bring. When the popularity fades, and it always does, so do they. Loyalty, on the other hand, is unshakable. It doesn't waver when the spotlight is gone. Loyal friends stick with you when life gets messy, when you fail, and when you have nothing to offer. They're not impressed by what you have, they care about who you are. And because of that, their friendship is built on a foundation that can weather any storm. These are the relationships that bring real value to your life. not the fleeting satisfaction of being liked by everyone. The truth is, loyalty requires more effort than popularity. It demands a commitment and trust. It's not something you can fake, and it's not something that happens overnight. Loyalty is built over time through shared experiences, mutual respect, and a willingness to show up for each other. It's not glamorous, but it's worth it. And the people who are loyal to you deserve the same in return. Are you being as loyal to them as they are to you? The danger of valuing popularity over loyalty is that it leaves you empty. You can have all the admiration in the world, but if it's not backed by genuine relationships, it won't fulfill you. When life gets hard, popularity won't save you. The applause will stop. The crowds will move on, and you'll be left with whoever truly cares about you. If you built your life around loyalty, you'll find strength in those moments. If you built it around popularity, you'll find yourself alone. Loyalty is a choice. It's choosing to invest in people who invest in you. It's choosing depth over superficiality, substance over style. It's understanding that a small circle of loyal friends is far more valuable than a large crowd of admirers. Popularity might look appealing, but it's loyalty that will sustain you. It's loyalty that brings real connection, real trust, and real fulfillment. Popularity fades, but loyalty lasts forever. There's a saying that iron sharpens iron, and it means that we become stronger, sharper, and better when we surround ourselves with the right people. Think about it, a dull blade can't sharpen itself. It needs the friction, the resistance, and the intentional force of another piece of iron to become sharp. The same is true for us. We need people in our lives who challenge us, refine us, and push us to reach our full potential. Without that friction, we stay dull, stagnant, and unprepared for the battles ahead. The people you allow into your life have the power to shape you. If you surround yourself with individuals who are lazy, complacent, or negative, that energy will rub off on you. But when you surround yourself with people who are disciplined, focused, and purpose-driven, their habits and mindset begin to influence you in the best way. These are the people who don't let you off the hook when you make excuses. They hold you accountable and expect you to rise to the occasion. Their presence makes you better because they won't settle for mediocrity, and they won't let you settle for it either. Iron sharpening iron isn't a smooth process. It's tough and it's uncomfortable. Sometimes it means you'll confront you about your weaknesses or call you out on your bad habits. It might sting in the moment, but it's necessary for growth. A true friend doesn't sit back and watch you make poor choices or stay in a place of stagnation. They step in, not because they're trying to hurt you, but because they want to see you win. They want you to be the sharpest version of yourself, ready to face life's challenges with strength and clarity. This sharpening process is mutual. It's not just about what others do for you, it's about what you bring to the table as well. Are you sharpening the people in your life? Are you challenging them to be better, to aim higher, and to grow stronger? Iron sharpens iron, which means both pieces are actively involved. You can't expect your friends to push you to greatness if you're not willing to do the same for them. Real relationships are built on a foundation of mutual growth and support where both parties are committed to each other's success. When iron sharpens iron, sparks fly. That friction can lead to disagreements, tough conversations, and moments of discomfort. But those sparks are where the magic happens. They're a sign that growth is taking place. If your relationships never challenge you, never push you out of your comfort zone, then you have to ask yourself if they're truly sharpening you. Growth doesn't happen in a place of ease. It happens in the fire, in the moments where you're stretched and tested. Iron sharpening iron also means being intentional about who you let into your life. Not everyone is equipped to sharpen you. Some people might dull your blade instead of refining it. That's why it's crucial to choose friends, mentors, and partners who align with your values and your vision. Look for people who are ahead of you in some areas, who inspire you to grow, and who are willing to invest in your journey. These are the relationships that will elevate you and help you become the best version of yourself. It's also important to remember that sharpening takes time. You should become your sharpest self overnight, and neither can the people around you. It's a process that requires patience, consistency, and a willingness to put in the work. There will be moments when it feels easier to give up, to settle, or to avoid the friction altogether. But those who stick with the process, who embrace the sharpening, are the ones who come out stronger, sharper, and ready for whatever life throws their way. At the heart of it, iron sharpening iron is about accountability and growth. It's about recognizing that we are not meant to do life alone. We are stronger together when we push each other, challenge each other, refine each other. Life is full of battles, and you need to be sharp to face them. Surround yourself with people who make you better, who see your potential, and who are committed to helping you achieve it. That's the power of iron sharpening iron. Your vision is your lifeline. It's the blueprint for where you're going, the guide that keeps you on track when everything around you feels chaotic. But here's the thing, not everyone will understand your vision. Not everyone will see it the way you do, and some people will even try to tear it down. That's why you have to protect it. Your vision is sacred, and if you're not careful, the wrong influences can derail you before you even get started. Protecting your vision starts with clarity. You can't defend something you don't fully understand yourself. What do you want to achieve? What does success look like for you? What steps do you need to take to get there? The clearer your vision, the easier it is to protect. When you know exactly what you're working toward, distractions and detours are easier to spot. You'll be able to say no to the things that don't align with your goals and yes to the opportunities that bring you closer to your purpose. Not everyone is meant to be a part of your journey, and that's okay. Some people will doubt you not because your vision isn't valid, but because they can't see beyond their own limitations. They'll project their fears and insecurities onto you, telling you that your dreams are unrealistic or impossible. That's why it's so important to be selective about who you share your vision with. Not everyone deserves a front row seat to your dreams. Share your vision with people who will uplift you, encourage you, and hold you accountable. Your environment plays a huge role in protecting your vision. If you're constantly surrounded by negativity, it's going to chip away at your belief in yourself and your goals. You need to be intentional about creating an environment that supports your vision. That might mean cutting off toxic relationships, limiting your exposure to negativity, or surrounding yourself with people who inspire and challenge you. Your environment should be a reflection of where you're going, not where you've been. Distractions are the enemy of vision. They come in many forms: time-wasting activities, unhealthy relationships, or even your own self-doubt. To protect your vision, you have to be disciplined. Stay focused on your goals and be willing to make sacrifices to achieve them. That might mean saying no to things that seem fun in the moment but don't align with your long-term vision. Remember, every decision you make either brings you closer to your goals or pulls you further away. Choose wisely. Another key to protecting your vision is persistence. There will be times when it feels like nothing is working, when the obstacles seem insurmountable, and when giving up feels like the easiest option. But your vision is worth fighting for. When you're clear about what you want and why it matters, you'll find the strength to keep going, even when the odds are against you. Persistence isn't just about working hard, it's about staying true to your vision, no matter what. Protecting your vision also means protecting your energy. You can't pour into your goals if you're running on empty. Take care of yourself physically, mentally, and emotionally so that you have the strength and focus to pursue your dreams. This might mean setting boundaries, prioritizing self-care, or finding ways to recharge when it's overwhelming. When your energy is aligned with your vision, you're unstoppable. Finally, protecting your vision requires faith. You won't always see the results right away, and there will be times when you question whether your efforts are worth it. But trust the process. Trust that every step you take, no matter how small, is bringing you closer to your goals. Your vision was given to you for a reason, and it's your responsibility to nurture and protect it. Stay focused, stay disciplined, and keep moving forward. Friendship is not a one-sided effort. It's a partnership, a balance of giving and receiving, where both people invest time, energy, and care. Too often, people treat friendship as a convenience or relationship they turn to only when it suits them. But real friendship doesn't work that way. It's about mutual respect, mutual effort, and mutual support. It's about both people showing up consistently for each other. Friendship thrives when both sides are committed to making it work. The beauty of a two-way friendship is that it creates balance. You're not always the one giving, nor are you always the one taking. There's a natural flow where each person contributes what they can when they can. When you're going through a tough time, your friend steps in to support you. And when they're struggling, you do the same for them. It's not about keeping score or expecting equal returns. It's about knowing that the other person has your back just as much as you have theirs. A two-way friendship requires intentional effort. It's easy to get caught up in our own lives and forget to check in with our friends, but real friendship demands more than that. It's about making time even when you're busy. It's about reaching out even when you don't need anything in return. It's about being there for the little moments, not just the big ones. Effort is the glue that holds friendships together. And when both people are putting in the work, the bond becomes unbreakable. Communication is a cornerstone of any two-way friendship. It's about being honest, open, and willing to listen. If something's bothering you, you speak up. If you notice your friend pulling away, you address it. A strong friendship doesn't shy away from tough conversations because both people value the relationship enough to work through challenges. Communication ensures that misunderstandings don't fester and that both people feel seen, heard, and understood. A friendship that's truly a two-way street also respects boundaries. Just because you're close doesn't mean you have unlimited access to each other. True friends understand that sometimes you need space, time to recharge, or focus on other areas of your life. They don't guilt you for it or make you feel bad. Instead, they respect your needs because they know the friendship is strong enough to weather a little distance. And in turn, you give them the same respect and understanding. Trust is another essential component of a balanced friendship. You have to trust that your friend has your best interests at heart, even when things aren't perfect. Trust means believing that they'll show up for you when it matters and that they'll be honest with you, even if it's uncomfortable. It also means being trustworthy yourself, keeping their confidence and standing by your word and being someone they can rely on. Trust strengthens the bond, creating a foundation that can withstand life's ups and downs. A two-way friendship also celebrates each other's wins. It's not just about supporting each other through struggles, it's about genuinely sharing in the joy of each other's successes. When your friend achieves something, you're just as happy as if it were your own victory. There's no jealousy, no competition, just pure pride and happiness for them. And when it's your to shine, they're the first to cheer you on. This mutual celebration fosters a deeper connection and makes the relationship even more fulfilling. At its core, friendship is about growth. A two-way friendship helps both people become better versions of themselves. It challenges you to think differently, encourages you to step out of your comfort zone, and reminds you of your worth when you've forgotten. It's not just about having someone to hang out with, it's about having someone who makes you better. And someone you strive to make better in return. That's what makes it a true partnership, and that's why friendship is always a two-way street. Letting go is one of the hardest decisions you'll ever have to make, but it's also one of the most necessary. Whether it's a toxic friendship, a dead-end relationship, or a situation that's holding you back, there comes a point when you have to face the truth. Not everything is meant to last forever. Holding on to something that no longer serves you can weigh you down, draining your energy and stealing your focus. Growth requires space, and sometimes that space comes from letting go. Recognizing when to let go starts with self-awareness. Pay attention to how a person or situation makes you feel. Are you constantly drained, frustrated, or second-guessing yourself? Do you feel like you're giving more than you're receiving? These are signs that something's out of balance. It's easy to ignore these feelings, especially if you've invested time, energy, or love into the situation. But denying the truth only prolongs the inevitable. Trust yourself enough to acknowledge when something isn't working. Letting go doesn't mean you're giving up, it means you're choosing yourself. It's not about walking away from challenges or avoiding discomfort. It's about understanding your worth and refusing to settle for less than you deserve. Sometimes we stay in situations because we're afraid of what comes next. We fear loneliness, uncertainty, or the unknown. But holding on to something that's breaking you is far worse than stepping into the unknown. Letting go is an act of self-respect and self-love. It's important to remember that letting go isn't just about the other person or the situation, it's about you. It's about freeing yourself from the emotional baggage, the resentment, and the pain that come with holding on too tightly. When you let go, you're making room for new opportunities, new relationships, and new growth. You're giving yourself the chance to heal and to rediscover who you are outside of that situation. Letting go is not the end, it's a new beginning. The process of letting go requires courage. It's not easy to walk away from something familiar, even if it's toxic. It's human nature to cling to what we know, even when it's hurting us. But real strength comes from choosing what's best for you, even when it's hard. It's about setting boundaries and standing firm in them. It's about facing the discomfort of change and trusting that what's on the other side is worth it. Courage isn't the absence of fear, it's the decision to move forward despite it. Letting go also involves forgiveness, not just for others, but for yourself. You might feel guilty for walking away or for not seeing the warning signs sooner. You might blame yourself for staying too long or for allowing the situation to affect you as much as it did. But carrying that guilt only keeps you tied to the past. Forgiveness is the key to freedom. It allows you to release the pain, learn from the experience, and move forward without the weight of regret. Sometimes letting go means redefining your priorities. Ask yourself what truly matters to you and whether the person or situation aligns with those values. Are they helping you grow, or are they holding you back? Are they adding to life, or are they taking from it? When you're clear about your priorities, it becomes easier to make decisions that honor them. Letting go isn't about cutting people off for no reason. It's about making choices that align with your purpose and your path. Ultimately, letting go is an act of faith. It's trusting that what's meant for you will come and what's not will fall away. It's believing in your ability to adapt, to heal, and to thrive even without what you thought you needed. Letting go is a reminder that you're in control of your own story. You have the power to let the power serve you and to write new ones filled with hope, possibility, and joy.